wassalatu wassalam ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli, amma ba'd. All praises and thanks are due to Allah, Lord of the world. He alone we worship, His aid we seek. We send peace and blessings on all His chosen messengers, especially on His last Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and all those who follow in his footsteps until the day of judgment. We thank Allah Azza wa Jal for granting us yet another Friday in the month of Ramadan. Today happens to be the third Friday in this month, also the third Friday in the month of April. Whenever Ramadan gets to this point, some of us are saddened because we are almost at the extra time. We've bypassed the half time mark and we are almost wrapping up on this year's Ramadan. The sad aspect of it is that some of us might not witness another Ramadan. That's the sad aspect of it, that all these blessings will go with the end of the month. We pray that Allah will grant us more Ramadans. Allah will grant us the blessings of the remaining days. Allah will grant us the opportunity to be among those who will witness Laylatul Qadr. Today's discussion is actually twofold. We will have a short discussion with a sister who is already seated in the studio, and she will be telling us about a program that is being organized at the National Mosque Complex, Accra, Ghana. She is Sister Aisha Abdullah Ibrahim, popularly known as Aisha Freedom, and she is here to talk about the Halal Expo. Viewers, help me welcome Sister Aisha Freedom. Sister Aisha, you are welcome to Max TV.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are not new to the studios of Max TV.
Sure.
MashaAllah. How is life treating you? How is the Ramadan?
Alhamdulillah. It's a blessed month, so it's a month for everybody to be happy with, because it comes with its special rewards and the freedom. I always see Ramadan as a month of freedom because immediately you give something, you are getting double. When you sin quickly, you say astaghfirullah, Allah forgives you. So it's a month of freedom. It's a month of spiritual upliftment. So in fact, it's a month everybody should laugh. So alhamdulillah, a blessed month we are in.
MashaAllah.
Yeah.
May Allah grant us the blessings of this month.
Ameen.
To go quickly into your program, the Halal Expo. Kindly tell us about the Halal Expo and what you wish to achieve by organizing this program, and what should we expect? Okay.
So it's an event that showcases products, services, and innovations that comply with the halal standards and the principles of Sharia, right? And when we talk about halal standards, people know what quality is and what not quality is. But when it comes to halal, I always say that entrepreneurs do not know what halal is. And the fact that even we, the buyers, we don't know what halal is. Therefore, if we see a product and they just put the logo halal, we go for it. But as to the standard, what makes it halal, we don't know. So this is a platform that would sell entrepreneurs, vendors, or people with manufacturing industries, businesses. This is the halal standard we have. Where we are going to have coaching class for every vendor that comes to the event, inshallah. And because you're going to join our platform, we are going to connect you to people, the investors, and other big platform. We have other international halal expos, so we are going to have a feel of how these people to operate with their businesses. Yes. And somebody may ask, why halal expo? We have a lot of startups, we have a lot of small businesses, and the big industries as well. So how do we connect these businesses together? How do we promote them as well? And how do we raise the awareness of what the standards are? These three things connect to each other, and that is why we are having these events. Yeah.
So when are you organizing this event?
Yeah, so we are doing this at the National Mosque on 25th to 29th of this month. So starting from Tuesday to Saturday, inshallah.
Okay, Tuesday to Saturday, this month of Ramadan.
Yes, please. And we are doing from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
each day.
Each day. Yes, very affordable as well. And we are giving you a boot and or a tent, depending on which you pay for.
Okay. So those interested are supposed to register?
Yes, they're supposed to register. They are supposed to make payments and then do registration on the Google form. And then we move them to the vendors platform where we talk about businesses, inshallah.
Okay, so assuming someone is watching us and the person is interested in taking part,
yes,
how does the person reach out to the organization?
So you call Aisha Freedom on 0268 560707 0268 560707. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Aisha. So viewers, that is it for the Halal Expo. For those interested, as you said, Tuesday to Saturday.
Yes.
For those interested, you can reach out to her. You fill a Google form that you take part. May Allah make this a reality.
Ameen.
Inshallah, this is where we draw the curtains to this aspect of the program. Sister Aisha will excuse us now. Then we will move into the main item to be discussed today. And today we'll be looking at Ramadan and the spirit of giving. But before we go into this discussion, we will go for a short commercial break. And when we come back, we will go into the next segment of the program. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi alladhi hadana lihada وَمَا كُنَّا لِنَهْتَدِيَ لَوْلَا أَنْ هَدَانَا اللَّهُ. If you are joining us from the short break, before the break we were discussing about the upcoming Halal Expo to be organized at the National Mosque on Tuesday to Saturday. Now we will move in to the next segment of today's show, and my guest is already seated, an individual from the Parliament of Ghana. He is actually the head of research, and he is Dr. Mohammed Hadi Nyasi. So he's not just at the Parliament of Ghana, but also a board member of the Zakah and Sadaqah Trust Fund. Inshallah, today we'll be looking at Ramadan and the spirit of giving. The Zakah and Sadaqah Trust Fund is the entity that has been established and mandated by our laws to administer issues around Zakah and Sadaqah for the Muslim community. Inshallah, we'll be talking a bit about that. They also have an upcoming program, and he will brief us on that program as well. Dr. Hadi, you are welcome to the studios of Max TV.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and I'm also grateful, and I want to say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Before we go into discussion proper, any preliminary comments? Ramadan is, we are in the last 10 days already. Started yesterday, and today we've already started our night prayers. Any experiences to share?
Oh, yeah, just to thank the Almighty Allah for bringing us this far. It's been a very difficult period because Ramadan has coincided with March, the month of March, which is the hottest month in the country. And despite that, our Muslim brothers and sisters are enduring the weather and fulfilling their religious obligation. And so the only thing we will say that the Almighty Allah should continue to bless us and give us the strength to complete the month in His name. And we in Parliament too, we are putting all the necessary things in place to make sure that our members celebrate the month without any interruption. And all our Muslim brothers and sisters in Parliament go through the season without any incident. So all this is happening. We are just in the last 10 days, and nothing has happened so far. So we want to be very grateful to the Almighty Allah for giving us the strength to withstand this difficult time. I understand in the northern region it is not easy, and so, but they are standing firm. Temperatures are going to about 41 degrees. Yes, and you know it is not discouraging us from fulfilling our obligations, which means that we are dedicated to our duty as Muslims to make sure that we fulfill this obligation to the Almighty Allah and ourselves. So that is briefly what I will say, and I want to take the opportunity to congratulate the entire Ghanaian Muslims for their dedication to this important religious milestone. And we in Parliament, we promise to continue to stand by them, do all whatever we can do to support them, to make sure that they are protected, you know, to be able to go through the month successfully. Yeah.
MashaAllah. So thank you very much, Dr. Hadi, for those opening comments, and for our brothers and sisters in the 5 northern regions who are still trying to stick to this important commandment of our religion. May Allah keep you steadfast, and may Allah reward you for your endurance. For those of us down here, the kind of heat you are experiencing, that we can understand what our brothers and sisters in the north are going through. May Allah ease. Of course, Ramadan, being a lunar month, moves through the solar month. So there were instances we went through the fast and it was rains, and now we are going through the fast during this hot season. May Allah take us through successfully.
Amen.
Okay, Dr. Hadi, coming back to our substantive topic for discussion.
Okay.
You work at the Parliament House.
Yes.
You also sit on the Zakah and Sadaqah Trust Fund.
And the National Muslims Conference.
And the National Muslim Conference, or I wish that the NMC.
Yes.
Mashallah, then we have a whole pack of issues to unpack.
Absolutely.
Before we talk about the Parliament House and the upcoming program you're organizing under the auspices of the Office of the Speaker, who, of course, is the third, his office represents the third office on the land.
Yes.
After the President, the Vice President's office is Office of the Speaker.
Absolutely.
And before we go into that aspect, I would like you to tell us a bit about the Zakah and Sadaqah Trust Fund, what you do, how you achieve or you seek to achieve your objective, you know, the kind of role you are playing for government and for the Muslim community.
All right, thank you. MashaAllah. The Zakat and Sadaqah Trust Fund, as you will recall, is about 15 years old now since we launched it. It was launched under the initiative of the then Speaker of Parliament. I think it was Right Honorable Ajaho, and we begin modestly. I remember the first contribution came from the current president, which gave us 10,000 Ghana cedis seed money to begin the fund. And we started the mobilization campaigns, letting our Muslim brothers and sisters appreciate what we can do for ourselves instead of waiting for others to do it for us. And so we put in the structures. There was a board established comprising representatives of all the Muslim sects in Ghana. All the 5 sects are represented on the board, plus other knowledgeable individuals. So the board met and we designed our operating procedures. We designed the deed, the constitution, which is to guide the fund, registered it at the Register General to give it legitimacy. And then the management board was put in place. And all our administrative and financial management procedures has been developed. And so it is a fund that obeys all the corporate governance principles. So beginning from there, we started a mobilization. Is 2 ways of contributing to the fund. We have the Sadaqah component, which is the 2.5% that is deducted from the salaries of Muslim workers in the public sector, and other quasi-public sector institutions. And the other one is the Sadaqah, which is voluntarily given. As and when you feel like donating to the fund, you donate in the form of zakat. So the 2 systems have been running for all these years. And now I think our fund value has moved to close to 1.5 million Ghana cedis. And throughout the period, we have assisted not less than 20,000 Ghanaians in the form of health. Those in hospital, in crisis, we need to assist. Students, we give scholarship to. And then we have other vocational assistance that we give to our children in the deprived areas in the form of tailoring machines and other training programs. In fact, as of today, if any patient is in any of the Ghanaian prominent hospitals and is in crisis, cannot meet their obligations, 100% of the doctors know of Zakat and Sadaqah Trust Fund. So the patient will be referred to us, and we respond immediately, because with health, we try to be less bureaucratic, even though the rules to get the money out of the fund is very stringent. We normally relax the rules when it comes to health. And we have a standing commitment to our scholarship programs, which is students, brilliant and needy students doing the sciences. That is our emphasis. We are also building our asset base, because we can't continue only to assist. We need structures, permanent structure. For instance, we need schools, we need Islamic health centers. So we have begun acquiring land to give it the asset base, so that if we design a project of Islamic school or an Islamic health center, we have the land to be able to do that. Currently, we have one at 10-acre land at Adesu. We also have about the northern region. We have quite a number of lands. In western region, we have land there because we have regional offices of the Zakat and Sadaqah Trust Fund. So you can imagine our expansion within the 15 years. Now, in every region, the Zakat and Sadaqah Trust Fund has an office to assist in the fund mobilization. And our financial management procedure is said that the board is composed of subcommittees. We have the finance and audit subcommittee, which I am chairing. And then we have the education committee, and we have the other, health committee, and we have the vocational committees. So when a request comes, they are the clearing, house to make sure that we get value for money by making sure that the support go to the right kind of people. So we have come a long way, and now mechanism for mobilizing the fund is through the salary deductions, which you can even submit your name and your bank account. It will be deducted as source. We managed to get a code from the Controller and Accountant General for all public sector workers who wish to contribute, so that the deduction is seamless. And we also have a mechanism where you can do your bank standing order to the fund, so that at the end of the month, the bank will then deduct the money and put it to the fund. For the Sadaqah side, we have the Momo, where we have designed a code. You can just go to the code and do a standing order, either daily, monthly. I do monthly, daily 5 cedis. Every 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the money will go automatically as a sadaqah, apart from the one that they deduct from my salary. So that is how it works. If you just dial *789*2#, it will give you the options for you to log on and then be able to contribute either on daily or monthly, whichever your strength will allow you to. So we annually, our accounts are audited by a certified accounting house. Yeah. And then we publish the annual report. Initially, we used to present the report during the Laylatul Qadr prayers in Parliament, but we thought that now with the National Muslim Conference in place, it is a broader forum because the fund is for Muslims. So the annual conference, we decided that now it will be the right place for us to be able to account to the Ghanaian Muslims. So now the annual report is presented during the NMC conferences so that everybody will know how their fund is operating. So that is the way the fund, how far the fund has come.
May Allah put barakah.
Amen.
Before you've mentioned the NMC, the National Muslim Conference. Before we talk about that, I would like you to repeat the short code again. You mentioned that for the Sadaqah bit, so you spoke about the Zakat.
Yes.
That is deducted from source.
Yeah.
For people
or standing order.
Yeah, standing order for those in the public sector and the quasi public sector.
Yeah.
So let's say if I want to join, all I have to do is to reach out to the office of
the Zakat fund,
the Zakat fund, and that will be done.
Yeah.
And the Sadaqah bit, you said you have a Momo account.
Yes.
Wherein, based on what you opt for, an amount will be deducted either on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis.
Yeah.
I would like you to mention the short code again for perhaps those watching who might be interested in.
Okay. Now the short code is *789*2#. *789*2#. And then it will give you the options for you to be able to select your option, how you intend to contribute. We are working with the National Communications Authority to get our own, because this code goes through the network, the telecos. It's not bad, but if it will be better, we get our own direct code. And fortunately for us, the minister has assured us that he will grant us that unique code, which will make it universal. Because whether you are on Vodafone, MTN, or Airtel, you can just, because we notice that most of our brothers in the northern region are on Vodafone.
Telecell.
Yes, so Telecell. So it is difficult for them to use the code. That is why we are working to get our own code for the zakat, so that irrespective of the network, you should be able to, contribute. So it is *789*2#, and then it will give you the options.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. You also, one interesting thing you mentioned also has to do with the concept of accountability.
Yes.
And I would like you to comment a bit on it and, zoom in the discussion around the National Muslim Conference.
All right.
Now you feel that this is a platform that has a number of Muslim organizations, and you now offer your accounts through the NMC rather than the usual night of power.
Yes. So the accountability mechanisms is this. You go to the office, you make an application. Currently, the office is located at the National Mosque. You go there, whether for education support, health support, or vocational support, you go there, they will give you a form to fill. Now, the form will be referred to the board. The board will meet and look at all applications. And you recall that Mr. Alassandane is the chair of the board of trustees. And so the rules there are very strict. Yeah, he will, the board will not compromise on accountability. So we vet every application and refer it to the appropriate subcommittee, who will then go and request the office to go to the field and interview the applicants to make sure that the person really qualifies for the support that the person is seeking. If it is educational institution, we will write to the institution and they will confirm all the students listed under their institution. Then approval will then be granted. And then the money, the secretariat is given timelines to distribute the money and make sure that the beneficiary get it. And then they present report again to the Board of Trustees, and then we will verify to see whether the money really, went to the right people. And then that is it. And so the records are kept, and then at the end of every financial year, we invite our auditors. They are a chartered accounting firm to come and do. They are not even Muslims, so they come and look at it from professional point of view.
Strictly professional.
Exactly, and then give us a report before we will be able to prepare the annual report for presentation during the NMC conference. So every figure presented during the conference are, an audited figure and verified. And we are even publishing it at the website, so you can ask any question at all. You can query any figure for explanation, and the board and the secretariat are standing by to, answer those questions. And, this is a voluntary job we are all doing. So it is not something that you are doing for monetary gain. We are doing the work of the Almighty Allah. And so we are committed to make sure that we support the Ghanaian Muslims. Because if you look at the balance of things, it is to our disadvantage. And so far, we have waited too long for others to come and help us. It is time for us to be able to help ourselves. We just estimated that if the recent population census says that Ghanaian Muslims are about 30% of Ghanaian population, that works up to about 6.1 million. Okay, so assuming, let's take away 6 million, they can pay. 100,000 of us is able to give 1 cedi a day as sadaqah to the fund. On daily, that means that the fund will be able to mobilize 100, 1 cedi times 100,000, 100,000 a day. At the end of the month, at least there will be 3 million Ghana cedis in the fund. And the 3 million Ghana cedis, because currently we are not able to even meet the
expenditure.
No, we can't meet the request because the requests are coming more than how we are able to mobilize the funds. So our only appeal is that let's all be committed, because currently the monthly inflow is around, from the Momo side, is around 10,000. Yeah, which is woefully inadequate to be able to support our increasing demand for support.
May Allah put barakah.
Amen.
Inna Allah la yughayyiru ma biqawmin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. You know, based on what you mentioned, that we've always waited for others to come in and help us.
Yeah.
But here the verse is saying Allah will not change the condition of a people until they themselves make efforts to change what is within themselves.
Yeah.
May Allah bless the little effort.
Amen.
Having talked about the accountability mechanism through the NMC, I would like us to go into the third thing that you do, which is the Muslim Caucus of Parliament,
Yeah.
and the upcoming program you intend to organize.
Yeah.
Kindly give us a brief history of that program, brief overview of that program, what you intend to achieve, and when you will be organizing it.
All right. Thank you. The origin of the program is closely linked to the launch of the Zakat Fund.
Okay.
Because when the Muslim Caucus in Parliament decided to establish the fund in collaboration with the Right Honorable Speaker at that time, we didn't have a forum for accountability. And so they noticed that the month of Ramadan, the last 10 days, you know, is the appropriate time for us to account to Ghanaian Muslims how their fund performed. In addition to prayers, it also provided us the forum to be able to account to the Ghanaian Muslims. So that was how the entire, the Ninth of Power came to, you know, to stay. Number one, it was a forum for thanking the Almighty Allah for bringing us around another 1 year, and also to provide a platform for us to account to Ghanaian Muslims, because the Ninth of Power, you know, invites, you know, prominent Muslims to come to Parliament, pray with the Muslim Caucus, and led by the Right Honorable Speaker, you know, and then to give thanks to the Almighty Allah. And so we just capitalize on that forum to say that, okay, then let's present the report, you know, to the Muslims at that point, because everybody is there. And the occasion is unique. It is the opportunity where we bring all the Muslim sects who are also board members of the fund to be able to present our report to the Ghanaian public. And so, number one, the principle behind the Ninth of Power is, first of all, prayers and thanksgiving to the Almighty Allah. The presentation of the report of the Zakat Fund was just an opportunity seized as a platform to be able to do that. But it is an initiative of the Muslim Caucus of Parliament, with the permission and leadership of any Speaker of Parliament that is in it. And I want to just on this occasion, pray for the, you know, the blessings of the Almighty Allah to all our Right Honorable Speakers from the time that the fund was established in 2010. Yeah, they've all been supportive, and most of the resources that we use to organize the Ninth of Power prayers is not coming from Zakat funds. Oh, no, we mobilize the funds independently of the fund, because the fund is so fragile to burden it with this sort of expenditure. So what we do is that we do our own fund mobilization, and the Speaker upon Speaker has been very supportive, especially this current Speaker has been over supportive, and because he has really given us enough resources to be able to organize the program so that we don't disturb the Zakat, because Zakat is a sacred fund. You can't touch it. It is meant for the poor. So it is not meant for programs. No. So we will not even think about it. Rather, the small thing that we will get from the Night of Power prayers, we roll it back onto the fund. Oh, yes. So normally when our brothers come, we circulate envelopes for anybody who want to donate something. At that very evening, the following morning, the money will hit the account of the Zakat, the Zakat fund. So that is how, you know, it is done. So the purpose of the Night of Power is, to pray and thank the Almighty Allah. And this year, every year we have a theme.
Okay.
This year the theme the Right Honorable Speaker chose is gratitude.
Gratitude.
Gratitude. Both as a country, as brothers, as Muslims, as Christians, as a community, we should all be gratitude to the Almighty Allah for what He has done for, number one, for the country and our individual lives. And so the Quranic verse that says that we should always give thanks and He will add unto us has become very relevant. Very relevant here. So that is the theme for this year's Night of Power prayers, and it will be led by the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament. Possibly His Excellency will be there. We are hoping that he will have time from his busy schedule. And so, first, we should be thankful for going through an election very smoothly. And as a country, there is no country that should be thanking the Almighty Allah like Ghana. Because all the complicated democratic hurdles have been cleared. And so that number one blessing should be appreciated. And so that is number one. As Parliament, we have gone through challenges. Our members have to go through a lot of challenges to be able to deliver their mandate.
Of course.
They have been able to do that, and so we stand thankful to the Almighty Allah for seeing us through that. Our individual lives and as a Muslim community, we have endured, but thank God we have seen another year. It is not all of us who lived to see this year.
That's true.
And so that is why we have carefully chose this theme for this Night of Power. It is always, good to appreciate the Almighty Allah, what He has done for us in our lives.
Okay, so as you said, this year's theme is gratitude. And so when will this program be organized?
It is today.
Today?
Yeah,
wow.
It is happening today, beginning at 3 o'clock at the forecourt of at the foyer of Parliament. When you enter the chamber hall, there is a foyer. We normally hold it there. This year it will happen at that venue under the leadership of the Speaker. And we encourage that our brothers come early, because sometimes when you want to break our fast and do all the prayers, it eats into the night, and we are exhausted already. But if we are all there on time, we should be able to finish on time, and everybody will have enough time to travel back to wherever they are coming from. But around 3 o'clock, the program, the gathering would have begun, and by 7, maximum 8 o'clock, we are done, and everybody can. There is enough for us to break our fast, and so there is no issue about that. We should just make sure that we are there on time, so that we will go through it smoothly.
So are we looking at so like the gathering? Is there a lecture before the breaking of the fast? If our viewers want to attend, is it strictly by invitation, or is an open program for everyone?
It is by invitation. And normally what will happen is that since it is a day of prayer, we give opportunity for all the Muslim sects to give their prayer to the nation. And so everybody will have the opportunity to pray for the nation wherever you are coming from. It is by invitation. Because of the nature of the venue, it's really not enough to accommodate everybody, and so we make it strictly by invitation. However, it will be live on TV, and so brothers who are not able to come can join us on TV for us to pray for the nation. And like I said, all the sectional heads of the Muslim community, you know, it is a program of the National Chief Imam as well. So he will lead the prayer and then give the opportunity for other sects to be able to say their prayer for the nation. And so it has always been like that since the inception of the program in the year 2010. And I think we are maintaining that structure because it is led by the National Chief Imam and the Right Honorable Speaker.
MashaAllah, may Allah put barakah.
Amen.
So viewers, if you have just joined us, we are discussing Ramadan. This is our third Ramadan discussion, and today we are looking at Ramadan and the spirit of giving. Dr. Hadi, who happens to be the head of research at the Parliament House, Ghana's legislative arm of government, took us through. He also sits on the Zakah and Sadaqah Trust Fund, the board, and also the board of the National Muslim Conference. And he took us through the activities of the Zakah and Sadaqah Trust Fund. He gave us the evolution of that whole idea. So it's 15 years now. So you agree with me that that institution have come a long way. And beyond just the fact that they are interested in soliciting Zakah and Sadaqah to help the Muslim community, but he also spoke about the spirit of accountability and the fact that that institution is held accountable for its activities. So he mentioned that they used to account the Muslim community during the Night of Power, but now they account through the National Muslim Conference, which is the NMC. Inshallah, today they will be organizing the Night of Power under the auspices of the Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Amin Bagbin,
and the National Chief Imam.
And the National Chief Imam, His Eminence Sheikh Osman Nusha Rubutu. So he said the program is strictly by invitation, and it will be organized at the forecourt of the Parliament House. Program starts at 3 p.m. and there will be a prayer session for the nation by the Chief Imam. Also, the Muslim sects, a number of Muslim sects are also invited. The leadership of these sects are invited to also pray for the nation. So he said for those who have not been invited to the program, they can watch on television because it will be live on telly. Dr. Hadi, and before you go, any closing remarks? Perhaps there are some points that you would like to share with our viewers that you haven't spoken on.
Normally when we get a unique opportunity like this, we try to encourage our Muslim brothers to really pay attention to the Zakat and Sadaqah Trust Fund, because it is the only way out that we can help ourselves. We've been making the campaign year after year, but it appears that the growth of the fund is not as expected. If after 15 years we are talking about just 1.5 million Ghana cedis fund value, and compared with the number of children we have lifted out of poverty, and the patients in the hospitals whose lives have been saved, because there will be serious cancer patients who will need 15,000 at a go for emergency operation. It is only the fund that can provide it instantly, because we really understand the situation. Children's ward, you go there, you see a child with severe sickness. The mother cannot afford 1,000. They are mentioning 45,000. The fund has to step in to be able to medical students stranded in abroad. We have to pay and bring them home because they are Muslims and they have gone to read medicine. So it is so important that we all put our shoulders to the wheel, because if we don't come together, to be honest with you, it will be difficult for us, because the rate at which the demand for support is increasing compared with how we come together to contribute. There's really a disparity, and there's so much pressure on the fund that in future we may have to be rationing the funding. So our appeal is for us to all come on board, wherever you are, and be able to support us, to be able to support the Ghanaian Muslim community. It is important for us to do that, and this is a special appeal the board is making to every Ghanaian Muslim, to come on board, either in the form of the sadaqah or in the form of zakat, because we have provided the mechanisms. And if you have any inquiries to make, the secretariat is there at the National Mosque. The website is there. You can visit the website and then ask all your questions and it will be answered. So that is all that I can add, because it is very dear to us that we grow the fund together.
Kindly touch a bit on the short code again for those who are just joining.
All right. The short code for the Sadaqah is *789*2#, and then you send it. It will give you whether you want individual contribution or group, or it will first of all, and then the next stage is that whether is it Sadaqah, is it Zakat, and then is it daily, is it weekly, and then you can select the appropriate code that you want to go with, and then it will then be, normally when you sign onto it and your Momo wallet is empty, there is no problem. Anytime you have money is when the deduction will go through. So it is not like it will debit your Momo wallet or something. No. When the Momo wallet is zero, no deduction. But when there is something, then it will take the small amount that you requested to be taken. So that is how it works. So it is *789*2#.
*789*2#.
Yes.
So for those who, so this is the Sadaqah bit. Dr. Nyasi, Hadi Nyasi, who happens to be the head of research at the Parliament of Ghana, says for those who want to give Sadaqah, no amount is too small. Just go and dial the short code. You can choose a daily contribution, you can choose a weekly contribution, and you can choose a monthly contribution. Take advantage of the month of Ramadan and start this initiative, whatever amount you have. When it comes to the work of Allah, the amount is not really important, but the intention behind it. Whatever you give to Allah Azza wa Jal, Allah knows, and Allah knows our intention, whatever amount. An individual will give a huge amount of money and will find nothing before Allah on the Day of Judgment. Someone gives something very small, and on the Day of Judgment, Allah makes it something great. All goes back to the intention. So I'm saying this to encourage our brothers and sisters. No matter the amount of money you have and you are willing to contribute, the most important thing is who you are giving the money to. In this case, you are not giving the money to the Zakah and Sadaqah transfer. No. You are giving it to Allah Azza wa Jalla. They are only a medium through which someone has to collect the money. And so they are those who are performing this duty on behalf of the Muslim community. But the money is actually for Allah Azza wa Jalla. So this is you want to come in?
Yeah,
yes, come in.
All right. So just to assure our Muslim brother, we are building an institution. So we are looking beyond, 50 years, how the Muslim community will look like. For instance, currently, why should our, imams be only in the mosque, no salary, nothing? You see. So the vision that we are looking at is really, building an institution that will support the Muslim community entirely, and not just limited to giving out support to education. And no, we are building an institution. We are looking at hospital projects. We are looking at school projects, and we are looking at supporting our imams so that they can have the peace of mind to deliver their mandate to the Muslim community. And the opportunities is not only contribution, we can also appreciate your skill. If you are an engineer, you are a finance person, you are an architect, you can come in and donate your skill as part of your contribution to the fund. Today, I am on the board. Tomorrow, I'm not there.
Of course.
The opportunity is for every Ghanaian Muslim to walk into the board and give your contribution and walk out. So, because it's a public institution and it is not for Parliament, it is for Ghanaians as a whole.
It is not for Parliament, it is for Ghanaians as a whole, and you can donate your skill. When Allah says, they give what we have given them. Scholars say it's not money. You can donate your skill as well, and that can be counted as sadaqah and zakat for you. May Allah bless the institution, make it grow beyond what we can imagine. He said they are building an institution. May that institution grow beyond what the current managers are, imagining. This is where we draw the curtains to an end. Inshallah, we meet again next week for our final Ramadan discussion. Imam Saeed will be around next week to grace that discussion. Till then, keep watching Max TV. Keep observing your night of power prayers. May Allah keep blessing us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
TV near air condition, so we bet me to TV near air condition. Yes, we are excited to tell you that buy now pay later now policy is on our TV and our air condition. What are you waiting for? Imagine you watching your favorite series on a new TV from Max Buy, and also air condition will give you a cool breeze. Our buy now pay later plan allows you to spread the cost over time, making it easy for you to enjoy entertainment at the comfort of your home, office, school, anywhere at all you are, because now you have an AC and TV. Simply go to our Max Buy store.